Welcome to another edition of Rose on the Road, and this one is a little different. I am in Almond, Wisconsin at the Portage County Bank, where I was truly honored to recognize Jim Burns, a board member and board chair for his 44 years of service on the bank board, 40 of which as serving as chair. So wanted to take a little different perspective in my video this time and hear what a bank director for that many decades of service has learned about the banking industry and the importance of community banking. So take a listen.
No, the banking business has changed, with the internet and all the rapid transfer of funds and all that goes on. And of course, the Fed regulations have come in and different times they've dwelled on different subjects that to a community bank with local customers was somewhat superfluous. You just didn't
right, you didn't even need
feel the importance of what they were doing.
Right.
But they were all wrapped up in it, and I think back to the panic they had about IT, and then they had a panic about the turn of the century and how the computers are all going to crash. And none of those things ever come to pass. They go on from one to another. Another was a flood zone loaning, which barely affected us at all, but they'd center one of their audits around that subject,
Right.
Safety and soundness has always been the most important thing to any bank. And if they'd dwell on that more and give the bank some help, it would benefit us all. To watch out for customers who are out to satisfy their greedy ambitions or wild dreams or wild schemes.
Right.
A banker has to be aware of that. But then on the other hand, the banks, are duty bound to service customers and aid them wherever you can. We had no qualms about helping somebody that was really working at their project and needed the help. The bank was more or less obligated to help them, and of course competition between other banks dictated that you do it too.
Sure.
I don't know what's going to transpire. This artificial information deal, they call it intelligence. Sometimes you wonder if they can make all the effort pay out. It seems rather dubious, me looking at it at this point, whether all that they're devoting to it is truly worth it or not.
What are you most proud of, having served as a board chair for 40 years and director for 44?
Well, I really didn't think much about it. I was a significant stockholder all the while, or from the time we purchased the bank 40 years ago.
Sure.
But it started out with 6 of us partners, and these local towns have shrunk, or most people, a lot of younger people, migrated to the bigger cities and towns and county seats, and it's a matter where I can remember when there was a farm on every 80 acres and somebody living on it.
Mm-hmm.
And now the township population in Almond is about the same as it was then, except they've put $250,000 houses up in the hills and the woods on the land that was never farmed, and there'll be one after another going down these country roads where people are living, and none of them work there. They all commute to some job or another.
Right.
And the farms are all gone.
Yeah, which is sad.
Yeah, it's a different a different way of having a rural lifestyle or a rural existence. It's altogether different than what the farms were.